Boy, oh boy, oh boy. What a monumental mess. Got tools everywhere, stripped wire insulation, parts being moved from its happy place over there. What have we got? We got even Dremel tools and a soldering iron and a drill on the floor. What a monumental mess. But this mess was not made in vain. No, no, no. It was made with a purpose. What's that purpose, you might be asking? Well, it's very... I'll move the camera over here. There we go. Well, it's very simple. See, it all stems from my TV production class. So, when you're shooting a television show, sometimes you have to cue talent that are just waiting offset to come into the scene. Problem with that is you have to do it silently, otherwise you'll get caught on the recording. And when the talent is just off screen, it can be a little bit difficult because it's going to be delayed. The director has to call down to the set for the stage manager then has to cue the talent and they have to do it silently, and depending on where the talent is on the set, or rather offset, you may take multiple people to get their attention. So, I said, you know what, this is kind of a pain in the ass. Why don't I just build something, and I said this to my friends, why don't I just build something, maybe like a robot or something that can cue the talent wirelessly from the director's booth? Well, when I tell my friends I build robots and stuff, they don't really believe me. And that's fine. Building robots isn't something normal people do. Well, normal people do. Anyways. So, in an effort to not shit talk, I actually did build something. Very handy, these. Reach down and grab them. So, what we have here, and I'm going to relocate the camera. Probably not the best idea for you guys, but maybe I can just move the camera back. Get a better viewing angle. It's a little bit off kilter, but there we go. Sorry for the noise. I am not editing this. So what I have built are these two handy-dandy boxes. Now, if you think these boxes sort of look familiar, you'd be right. These are actually the cases from Sega Genesis games. Do love my old Genesis. Anyways, they are entirely wireless. Moving the camera once again. There we go. Hold it. Yeah, as you can see, a videographer I am not. For good reason. So, oh man. This is what it means to prepare for a video, folks. There we go. Nicey. So we have these two bits here, and why don't I just turn them on? So, using wireless XB, or rather XB wireless, and turn on this bit here. Aha. So they're obviously based on Arduinos. We have an LCD using the SPI shield, just like in the keyboard video, a button, and a potentiometer, and of course an on-off switch. Now this one here has 10 LEDs, and just a power switch. They are both powered by battery, this one by a regular 9-volt battery, this one by a rechargeable 7.2 volt 650 milliamp hour battery. You got it from a cheap RC helicopter, you know, like the ones you can get for like 30 or 40 bucks. Because, you know, it broke. And why don't I just open this one up, shut it off and open it up, and you can start to see the guts. Not the most elegant wiring solution, but you can see that you have the 2 data pins, the 5-volt and ground going to the LCD shield, the button, the potentiometer. You can actually hear the button. Now this is a momentary off switch, so it passes current through by default, and when you click it, it breaks the circuit rather than opens it. you have the power switch connector, which this little thing always comes undone. Push that back in. Globs of hot glue. That one had to be disused. The battery, hard to do over the video. The battery, of course, the Arduino, and the wireless unit. Now, I learned something a little bit the hard way. Let me reach over here. This was the Arduino that was originally in here. You may see that it has USB only written on it. And that's because I accidentally connected the battery to the Arduino with the polarity reversed. So that fried something in here. Something went all nice and pop and sizzle, and now it won't take voltage in from anything but the USB port. And it's still so sensitive that if you do anything but, you know, the most highly regulated USB, like from a computer, it puts too much power through, and the LCD becomes unreadable because the backlight is just so bright. So there's that. But yeah, let's close this guy back up. Nice and closed. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, let's put this guy back in place and we'll turn it on and we'll just see how it works. So power on. There we go. There we go. So we will set the timer using the potentiometer to 5 seconds. And we will hit the switch and we'll see what happens. 2, 1. Yeah, as you can see, this is deadly bright. So, let's try looking a little bit away so the white balance. Oh, it's actually, we get close in, it might work a little better. 4, 3, 2, 1. But yeah, no, it is incredibly bright. I put it in a dark room and had all the LEDs turned on, and it was just filling the room. So yeah, and actually we can get a close-up on the screen. You can see it actually does something quite nice. It took me a little while to figure out because I'm not that good of a programmer, but here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, fun fact, because of the wireless link and the extra steps this Arduino has to take to transition from this screen to the countdown, it's actually like about 1/10 of a second off, maybe a little less. I never actually put a stopwatch to it. So what I did was, instead of this taking a delay of 1,000 milliseconds a second in order to, before going from like 5 to 4, I made it do 990 milliseconds. So it's always like catching up. It's always catching up, and eventually it does catch up as far as human perception can tell. So there it is. I haven't quite tested the range yet, mostly because I haven't had anybody cooperative enough to help me with that. But yeah, hopefully it's going to get its run through its paces tonight. Hopefully the batteries will last. If they don't, well, you know, we'll just go back to queuing someone through the microphones. But hey internet, I have successfully avoided shit talking. So, ta-da! Of course, I'll put up the fritzing diagrams online as well as the PDEs for the programming. So that's it.